But he wasn't the vice president at the time.
Exactly. That's it. Right. Exactly. So you're adding to my point. That contributes to the reality that the likelihood of J.D. Vance.
Yeah, that means that J.D. Vance is more likely to be the Republican nominee. That's
no. You're wrong, dude. You're wrong. You have more recent experience. You have more recent history of senators and secretaries of state getting a nomination than you have of vice presidents, especially vice presidents that follow the president. Even governors, you have more recent history of governors getting that with George Bush Jr.
But when the president was running, I'm talking about when the vice president is actually running.
You'd have to go back decades. Did you hear what I said? You'd have to go back decades. You'd have to go back decades, probably more than 40 or 50 years.
Okay,
you'd have to go back before that happened.
So you don't have an answer.
Dude, are you dumb? Are you on crack? Did you hear what I said? You'd have to go back decades.
Richard Nixon was the VP for Eisenhower.
No, I answered this question 3 times. I said you'd have to go back decades.
Just ask you the name of the person. That's it.
Well, I don't know if maybe he didn't hear me. I said you'd have to go back. Okay, all right, fine. I don't have the answer. Fine. I'd like to finish. If I could. I appreciate it. Again, you'd have to go back decades. No, he's not. You'd have to go back decades. Excuse me. Can you go on mute? Can you go on mute, please, so I can finish what I'm saying? Thank you. So it's a very obvious observation. What he's pointing out contributes to my point. That is highly unlikely that a vice president gets the nomination the year after the president leaves. You'd have to go back 40 or 50 years before that actually happened. Barack Obama's vice president didn't run for president. Donald Trump's vice president ran for president and lost. So again, you'd have to refute that reality as well, that vice presidents have run and lost in those elections. Not only that, you'd also have to you have to grapple with the reality that we have more recent history that secretaries of state has gone on to successfully get the nomination, like Hillary Clinton, okay, and run successfully. Not only that, you have to realize that J.D. Vance was a junior senator from Ohio, doesn't have the same name recognition that Marco Rubio has, doesn't have the same popularity that Marco Rubio has. Need I remind you, Marco Rubio got like 98, 99 votes in the Senate. For his Senate confirmation, continues to be one of the more popular secretaries of state in the Republican Party, going back decades. Now, you also have to grapple with the reality that J.D. Vance has been sidestepped and sidelined by this administration, particularly by Donald Trump. Donald Trump hasn't given him any type of political wins. Marco Rubio has amassed relative power in the administration. Not only is he Secretary of State, he's Director of National Intelligence, and he's assumed those powers given to him by the president. Donald Trump has essentially given him the rubber stamp for the Republican Party.
But he's
for those reasons.
I agree with you.
Hold on, see. You also have to read. Hold on, see. What the fuck is going on? Why are you like a rabbit?
Don't do that, okay? You can't talk over people. You just can't. Because you want the same respect when it's your turn. You can't. Hold your breath and save it until they land. Go ahead, TC.
Not only do you have all of those things going for Marco Rubio, but he's a former presidential candidate. Former presidential candidate. JD is not. I have a call at 2 o'clock, guys. I gotta go.
My reason why I said Marco Rubio, first one to come off the mic, let me just say this real quick. The reason I threw Marco Rubio in there because I'm watching him become MAGA-tized. He is sitting there watching. If you watch him in the backdrop of every time you see Trump and he's in the room, just watch him. And you don't see him in the news, and he's falling in alignment to keep MAGA going, not the Republican Party. I don't know what the hell the Republican Party is anymore. MAGA-tized is what I'm watching. Marco Rubio is knowing how to just keep his mouth shut, keep the expression as much as he can off his face, and just looking around, watching all of this happen. And so, if anybody can receive the keys to what's being created, we see how the next 2 years will play out, or three plus years. That's what to me we're checking out.
Maybe TC has a hearing problem.